think with the purpose, we got self-talk. So self-talk, admittedly, when I was a former athlete, I definitely thought this was like sitting on a couch with my feet up in the air talking to, a therapist or something like that. This was a little bit too cheesy, a little too frou-frou for me. When in reality, self-talk is literally the name of the game, guys. Self-talk is what the highest level athletes, the highest level competitors, the most successful business people in the world have figured out how to do really well. So what is self-talk? Self-talk, a situation happens, right? That situation affects your thoughts affect your emotions. Your emotions affect your physical being. Your physical being affects your behaviors affect your performance. Let's take an example, right? Situation happens, I'm taking a test in school, right? This is an easy one. I all of a sudden can't remember what that answer it is. It's right on the tip of my tongue. So now I start to freak out. I remember, gosh, I just studied this. I can remember it. Where is that answer? I literally remember reading this. I was sitting on my bed. I know exactly where I was. My thoughts start kind of spiraling and going crazy. Crap, I need to get a really good grade in this class. If I don't get this one, that means I can only get like 4 more answers wrong, and then I'm also not going to be able to get that grade that I want. And that affects my emotions. And now I start to kind of freak out inside my head, and I'm starting to get a little bit panicky, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried and scared. It affects my physical being. All of a sudden, it's freezing cold in the room, and I'm super cold, but I'm also like sweating at the same time. My physical being is being affected. That's going to affect my behaviors. Now I'm going to start to overthink it. I'm going to start to overcomplicate that question, and I'm going to maybe start to react and start to maybe go to a different question. I'll skip it and I'll come back and I'll got to answer these really quick now because I got to get back to that question, and that affects my performance, right? We've all been there at the free throw line when we've choked at the end of the game, right? Self-talk literally affects your physical being, and that's one of the most important things about this topic you need to know. When your self-talk is in a negative place, the law of dominant thought, right? The law of dominant thought tells us that a negative thought process will always have a negative physical reaction. A positive one will have a positive physical reaction. It literally affects how your muscles function when you are having that conversation inside your head. So self-talk is your own conversation with you. It is the single most influential conversation that you'll ever have in your entire life. Right? Think about it. I mean, the conversation going on in your head is obviously going to be the most influential conversation you'll ever have in your entire life. But when you think about it that way and just break it down to that, you can tell how important this is, right? Self-talk is your thoughts. Your thoughts are a choice. We talked about choices. Choice means you and only you are in control. So a choice is controllable. Therefore, self-talk is controllable. So how do we do this great self-talk thing, right? Detach. So when we have that negative energy coming in, that negative voice in our head, whether that's that voice saying, you suck, or it's just that panicky voice of like, oh crap, I just made a bad play. I can't believe I did that. Or, oh man, I hope coach didn't see that. That conversation, we have to energetically let go of the negative. Energetically let go of the negative. So it isn't that you don't care. It's acceptance and moving forward. If I screwed up that play, of course I care. I'd be a terrible athlete if I didn't. But it's acceptance and moving forward. Great. Volleyball, you just blocked me. Oh my gosh, people saw that. That was embarrassing. That was a huge block. They're partying and screaming. Wait. Energetically let go of the negative. Awesome. Hey, that's fine. You got a good block, and now you're feeling really confident, and I love that for you because I'm about to use that information of how you just took that block step approach, and I'm going to use that against you actually on the next play, and I'm really excited that you're feeling so happy right now because I'm about to make you feel a lot less happy on the next play, right? I'm energetically letting go of that negative, right? Great, this is a phenomenal opportunity for me. I just learned something. Shift, right? Shift your energy from negative to positive, just like I just did in that example, right? Your emotions have to be in check before your performance can improve. A lot of times you can say, okay, forget about it, but we're still freaking out inside. That's not going to help us, right? We have to shift. We have to shift our energy from negative to positive. Embrace, take advantage of the positive energy in your training. Trust and commit to your middle skills training. You got to embrace this process, guys. Again, self-talk, when we're talking about the brain and we're talking about habits, your brain will do what it is used to doing the most often, right? So the self-talk that your brain encounters under high stress situations, it's going to do the exact same thing that you have done the most often, whether those check marks are in the negative habit column or the positive habit column. So that's why we have to practice this all the time. When you're at practice, every little drill, whether that's a basic warm-up drill or the most important drill of the day, you have to practice it. Whether you're in training, right? There's a lot of conversations going on in your head during training, right? Every single rep, every single set. If it's 8 reps, you have 8 different conversations going on inside your head. Is it, okay, I got to survive? What am I doing after this? Or is it focusing on the present? What can I do for this rep? Okay, I got to come down slow. I'm going to explode. Okay, now on this rep, that felt a little weird. I'm going to tweak this. I'm going to come down slow, and then I'm going to explode, right? 8 different opportunities. But a lot of y'all are just thinking about what you're going to be doing next. What are we having for supper? How many reps was it again? I wasn't really paying attention, right? This is all your self-talk, guys. This is all your self-talk. Take advantage of those opportunities to work on your self-talk. Positive self-talk, the little chart at the bottom, right? So your focus is on the process. You're measuring it by success. Your standards are based upon achievement. You're comparing it to my best self. Negative self-talk, though, your focus is instead on the destination instead of on the process. You're measuring based on perfection instead of on small successes along the way. Your standards are based on winning versus on achievement, and you're comparing yourself to everybody else versus your best self, right? So that's self-talk. Think about it, literally think about it, and you got to practice it. If you guys can practice this, if you can get good at self-talk, I'm guarantee you, whether that's losing weight, dunking a basketball, whatever your goals are, you can achieve those goals if you can master this self-talk thing.